Hey students, this is Mr. Moldenhauer, and today I'm going to be walking you through what we're going to be doing in our online DBQ activity for today. We're going to be doing some pre-bucketing and then also docs A through C. So follow along. We're going to do a few parts together here. How great was Alexander the Great? Here's the DBQ online. First thing, of course, you're going to need to do is log in, but you've all done that, so hopefully you can just go ahead and do that. There's a link in the directions, of course. So we're going to move forward here through some things you've already done. The hook exercise, that should be done. You should have already read this background essay and answered these questions right here. So I'm expecting that that's completed for you already. And then today we're going to be jumping here onto understanding the question in pre-bucketing. This question's real straightforward. First thing you're going to do is type in what is the analytical question? How great was Alexander the Great? That's your question that we're going to be answering by looking at these documents. Of course, Alexander has the reputation of being a really great leader. However, do you feel like he's really great? Did he earn that title, Alexander the Great? Or after looking at these documents, do you think maybe he doesn't really deserve that? He's not so great. That's kind of what we're going to be looking at through this mini Q. A lot of people, a lot of students prior to you guys, after you've read some of these documents, you're kind of like, I'm not sure this guy's so great. A lot of students kind of go that direction because they feel like he has different qualities that maybe aren't so great. Of course, a lot of students think he is. So it's going to be up to you to really make that determination. When we come to the terms that need to be defined in this question, there's not a complex question. There's really only one term that needs to be defined, and that term would be great. What you would do for that is when we did the hook activity, we had 8 different words you could use to describe someone who's great. And you probably picked 3 things, 3 of those words that were supposed to be the most important to being making someone great. Well, I just picked 3 that I had off that list. One of them was intelligent. One of them was having leadership, and another one was creativity. So maybe that's all you need to do. Go back to your hook exercise and decide of those 8 qualities that they gave you that some people use to define greatness, which 3 do you think are the most important? Well, when I'm looking at this, intelligence, leadership, and creativity, if I think that's really what makes someone great, then I would need to, in these documents that I'm going to be starting to look at, see, does Alexander have those qualities? If he has the qualities, then I'm probably going to think the guy's great. If he doesn't show those qualities, then I'm going to probably say that Alexander was not great. All right. And as far as rewriting the question in your own words, that would probably be as simple as writing something like, well, you go up here to your little text box and you can drag it down here, of course. And then I like to lengthen it so that it fits better and move it down. And then I can just sit here and type in, was Alexander the Great, how intelligent, a good leader, and creative was Alexander the Great? Was Alexander the Great truly intelligent, a great leader, and creative? Something like that. Then, if we scroll down a little further here into pre bucketing, I don't really stress about this too much. Of course, I want to show you this. I don't need you to type them in. But what I did is I added the two major buckets are, is Alexander great or is Alexander not great? All right, that's really the 2 things that we're looking at here. And then once you make your determination whether he's great or not great, which of course you're not going to do yet, you're going to jump down and find 3 reasons to prove it, which might even go with your 3 key words that you chose. Okay, that would be a great way to organize it. He was not great because he wasn't creative. He was not great because he didn't show, a lot of times he didn't show intelligence, and he wasn't great because, he wasn't always a good leader. That would be a great way to organize it, speaking of greatness. All right, your main activity you're going to do today, though, since hopefully you just copied what I did right here, you wrote everything in. The main thing we're going to do is 3 documents today. So if you just move ahead one more spot here, our first document is a map which shows you the extent of Alexander's empire. Of course, you can annotate this. I did some crazy circling here. If you want, you can write things on here because you're always going to have access to this. But the main thing you're going to do is you are going to answer these 5 questions. Now, as you know, the first 3 questions or so are um, basically just comprehension. But the question 4 and question 5, typing these answers in, these are the ones that I care about the most. I need you to give me some evidence that Alexander was great by looking at this map, and also some evidence that he's not great by looking at this map. These are the 2-part questions that I really want a lot of detail in. The more reasons you can give on questions 4 and 5, the better your grade will ultimately be. So also remember, this DBQ is going to be graded as 1 complete grade later on, and that complete grade is going to be a large grade. So it's definitely something you want to make sure you're doing a good job on this. All right, then you're going to be doing document B. Document B is right here. It is a source from a historian in about 130. So this historian didn't live at the time of Alexander, but also lived a long time ago. So he was close to Alexander. And this is about a little campaign that Alexander took place in, a battle that he was in. It's going to give you a flavor of Alexander's fighting. All right, and then you're going to do document C, which is another one written. This one was written in 1991 by an Alexander expert. So different perspective, but again, you're going to have the same questions here. And the most important, how can you use this document to argue greatness? And how can you use this document to argue not great? That's basically what you're going to do. Remember, when you finish this assignment, you do have to go on campus and click a little check assessment. There is an on-campus assessment that's going to count for attendance. And basically, you just pop into it and say, yes, I did this assignment. And that's all you need to do for attendance. But I will be going into here to check this and grade this, so make sure you do your best job. Work hard at this Alexander stuff and try to make your determination. Is he great or not? All right, that's about it. See you soon.